Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back. Today I have in front of me two fiber brow gels. One is the Lancome Sourcils Styler and the other one is the AOA Studio Go Brow. This one is $26.50 and this one is $1. Yes, you heard correctly, just one. I am dying to know if there is such a huge difference in performance as there is in pricing. So I'm going to be applying the Lancome one on the right brow and the AOA Studio on the left one. And I'm going to be testing them out, comparing them, seeing which one performs better. I'm going to be wearing them for a few hours, and by the end of this video, hopefully all of us will be in a position to decide which one wins. So let me zoom you guys in, and I'm going to be applying first the Lancome one, like I said, on the right brow. You've probably seen me in other tutorials use this one, so I do already know how it performs, and this is a product I do like. The one I have is in this shade 01, which is blonde. On the website it says that it is a brow product specifically designed to color hair and not skin, and with a hairbrush inspired applicator, the gel formula coats and tames hair for beautifully groomed and fuller brows. Honestly, it smells like hairspray, and the applicator has very tiny and sharp plastic like bristles. So let me just show you. I typically just brush things up. I have not filled in my brow. I'm just going for a very natural look. You can of course first fill in your brows if you want and then apply this on top. So there's like very tiny fibers that attach to the hairs of your brows, and in my opinion they do make them look fuller and they fix them fairly quickly in the position in which you want them. I kind of like that feathery, crazy brow look. So it is true that it does not get into your skin. So it does harden your brows and fix them. You need to work fairly quickly. The only thing is that I always end up getting some fibers there, always on the same spot, every time. So I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, or maybe I have like tiny hairs, kind of invisible blonde hairs on top of my brow that maybe catch on those fibers. That may be the reason. So what do you guys think? This is a brow with the Lancome Sourcils Styler, and this is the brow without. So if you ask me just by looking here, I have my mirror, it does what it promises. Filling in brows takes a little bit longer. Some brow products are great for kind of video lighting or, you know, photo shoot lighting. But when it comes to kind of natural lighting and being really up close to people you're speaking to, they just look extremely unflattering and unnatural. And I feel like these type of products look fairly good on camera, on video lighting, and they look really good and really natural when people are talking to you really closely. It's not very easy to tell that you have makeup on your brows. At least that's what I see with these products. All right, so let me give you one last look before we apply the AOA Studio one. So now I am intrigued because I've kind of become addicted to this one, to be honest. It's a good product. Like I said, I like it and it does last all day, and I will prove that to you today during this experiment. But I don't think I have the budget to spend this much on a brow product, which typically you run out of really quickly, super quickly, because it is a product that we use every single day or almost every single day. Although I am still skeptical, to be honest, that I'm gonna get a similar result out of a $1 product. I am still hopeful. So let's just jump right into it. As you guys can see, this is sealed and I haven't yet used it, and it is in the lighter shade that's called Taupe. Now before I continue, I'm not dumb. I realize that there's different amount of product on these two, so that is also going to impact on the pricing, and we're going to be discussing more about that in just one second, but I really want to apply and see how that goes. Let's open it and smell it. This one smells stronger, and now that I've smelled it once again, it does smell like alcohol. Yeah, so this one has a very strong smell in comparison to this one. None of them smell bad, but they don't smell delicious either. So the applicator looks more like an atrophied mascara wand. I can see kind of the fibers already. The shade looks similar. Please don't mind my crazy hair right there. I have to pluck it out. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna get rid of the clumps, which actually is something I should have thought of to begin with. All right, let's go in now. I'm having the same issues with the fibers kind of grabbing onto my smaller blonde hairs around my brows, but it's not something I'm concerned about. I do feel like this one is getting more into my skin. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So it is a little bit messier. We're going to try to fix things up with the finger. All right, so what do we feel about this? Do we like? Do we not? Let me know in the comments below. Part of me wants to say, hey, it's not that huge of a difference, but the other part of me really feels like the Lancome side is still looking a little bit better. Not sure if it's better enough to justify the price point, but then again, I have to see how the products perform throughout the day, right? It's too early to jump into any conclusions. I really want to give both products a fair shot. Immediately, I can tell you that this side still doesn't feel as crunchy as this side does. Even though they're both lighter shades for both brands, I feel like this one is slightly darker than this one. So that's another big difference. That said, if I was walking down the street and you saw me, would just stop me and say, hey, you have different eyebrows, like if I was wearing two different shoes or two different socks. This is not that obvious, and what concerns me about this not being that obvious, at least at this point, is that there's a very obvious price difference, right? All right, so here is a much closer look. On the right, the Lancome one, on the left, the AOA Studio. Help me please decide which one looks best. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so before I go about my day, I wanted to get back to the topic of the price gap between these two, because of course there is a huge difference in the amount of product. In here you get 0.20 fluid ounces of product, and in here you get 0.10 fluid ounces of product. So if you bought 2 tubes of these and spent $2, you would supposedly get as much product as there is in 1 tube of the Lancome one. So the actual price gap between these two products is $24.50. That is a huge amount of money. With those $24, you could buy 24 of these little ones. AOA Studio is super cheap, but it is also made in the US, and this one is made in France, and you have additional shipping and customs fees to consider when calculating the final cost. So that may or may not kind of explain a little bit of the cost structure and the final price point for this product. So I'm gonna go now and finish some work stuff, go about my day, but don't go anywhere because this battle will continue. The Lancome is slightly better than the AOA Studio Go Brow. So the shade is better, the applicator is better, and it does seem to hold the brows into place all day long a little bit better than this one. I just don't see the huge difference in pricing translate into a huge difference in performance, if that makes sense. So if you ask me, the Lancome one is a nice to have product if you have the budget, or if you want to keep one of these for special occasions, then by all means go ahead. It seems to be a wonderful wonderful product. I like it, I really enjoy using it, and I will continue using it. But if you are like me and you just can't afford the very expensive Lancome Sourcils Styler for everyday use, then I wholeheartedly recommend you to try these one for one bag, or better yet, just buy two and have the same amount of product for just $2. I think that considering the very affordable price tag on the AOA Go Brow product, it did a very good job, so it is definitely something to consider. I think this is a great find. It is a little bit messy, but it is a good product that will give you very decent results. It will not break the bank. It is not something you will be feeling guilty or feeling that you're overspending on. Even though it is slightly better than the AOA Studio Go Brow, I don't think the Lancome one is $24 better than the Go Brow. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up because it helps others discover it as well. And consider subscribing for new videos that will be coming up really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all again on my next one.